Fishing with Joe Bucher Reloaded is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Okay, folks, you see all of this emergent cover out here? Now see, you're not going to get a belly hook lure, any kind of topwater lure through here with any consistency. I mean, even if you're an expert caster, you're not going to, because you're going to have a percentage of follow-ups. A couple other things. This is where casting accuracy is paramount. I mean, paramount. You really need to learn how to cast effectively. What I mean by that is musky fishermen who turn their heads every time they cast with that lob cast, you're going to have a problem in this kind of fishing. You can't be sloppy with your casting in this presentation. What you need to do is develop a casting style where your eyes are always looking at the target, always. And you're casting over. If I'm left-handed, you cast over your left shoulder. If you're right-handed, cast over your right shoulder, and you're looking at the target the entire time. Another thing, the rod you use can make a difference. What I do here is I fish with a 6'9" heavy power St. Croix Abbott for this particular technique, because you want something, you don't want a big bend in the rod, you know, all that other stuff. You want something, you're fishing short range more often than not. You want something that you can really, you know, just short pinpoint casting, and something that works quickly. And see, I'm going to show you right here. Here's all these weeds here. Now just watch what I'm doing. Never turn my head. I'm just looking right at the target. Cast beyond it, and because this thing is semi-weedless, you can gun it right through. Are you going to sacrifice some hookability in the lure? Perhaps some, but think about this. You look at the overall size of this lure. If it's a big boy, and probably a big girl, it's a big hog female muskie, it's going to gobble this whole lure anyway. The majority of the strikes actually do come on the tail piece. So I mean, a bait that's this short, they're going to take the whole bait in. And this one big treble hook is going to be hooked deep. Even with bucktail, years ago when I designed the original Bucher tail, I found that one large treble on the rear end of the lure hooks fish, big fish especially, far better than two small trebles. See how I can fish that in cover? I'm throwing that back in places you wouldn't even think of throwing. And see, I just got hung up in a little weed cover there and just a little pop of the rod tip. That's the other reason to fish with the stout outfit. See, look at that. Just gun it. See how I gun the reel there? If you gun the reel when you hit that cover, it'll usually walk right through it. Here, I'm going to go right through the weeds right here. Now watch this. See, I'm just gunning the reel a little bit as soon as it hangs. Now, if you get a little bit of weeds on that single treble, just by a little jerk of the rod tip with this heavy action rod, you can pop it free. See how small your windows of opportunity are on bad fishing years to catch big fish? Got him! Got him! Got him! Got him! Got him! Slop Raider. Hey folks, how about that for a strike, huh? Look at that top raider, folks. Look at it real closely. There's no belly hook on that top raider. Those of you musky fishermen out there, see it right there? That are looking for something you can fish in the slop and looking for a neat bait modification. Well, there it is. Isn't that neat? Tell you what, he's hooked. Look at, he's hooked real good. I'll show you how I rigged that top raider in a second here. Let's put the landing net on that fish. Yeah. What, he hammered at or what? Oh. What an exciting strike. This is my, I call this bait SLOP Raider. Sure. See, one treble hook, just like on a bucktail. Put the net up in here. Because a lot of times is all you need. Here's my big live well. There he goes. I net most of the fish I catch because it makes it easier to handle them. And even the smaller fish like this, if you contain them in a landing net, just like I've got it right here, you're not putting any stress on the fish. When you pull a landing net out of the water is when you put the stress on the fish. See, he's in good shape there. In fact, if you watch DNR crews handle fish in the spring, if you've ever seen them do it, or if you're, watching any footage or even looking at photographs, you'll always notice that they, they'll use landing nets, and actually they use them a lot of times a lot rougher than we do. But you see how that fish is just laying in there? He's contained, but in his environment, he's in good shape. You'll put less stress on the fish doing that, a lot of times than trying to grab him and handle him. Fishing SLOP muskies, what I mean by SLOP is real thick weed cover. And any bait with a belly hook on it can't seem to get it through the cover without it hanging up. So I went to a single hook model here, and it, as you can see, it did the job. Oh, that 7/0 hook, hooking too. Okay. Sure. There we go. And as you can see, there's no belly hook on that bait. If you put a belly hook on that bait, there's no way you can run that through emergent. I'm talking about the emergent weed cover. We've designed the TOPWATER so perfectly. It has a belly, a hidden counterweight in it that counteracts the big tail rotation. There. Okay. And we're free. Put that over the side. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, let's put it back. Okay, back. Just gotta be careful, it's in good shape here. There we go. Yeah, that's a tremendous innovation, folks. Tremendous innovation. And like all fishing, we're all innovators, and we're always trying to come up with things that work, And when you're fishing that sloppy, heavy emergent cover, especially when it's cabbage and it's clean stuff, I was having a lot of trouble getting my baits through it. And lo and behold, when I took the belly hook off of that bait, because it's of the counterweighting system, it worked. The other innovation, by the way, what we're doing is going to a 7/0 treble hook. When we go to one hook on there, replace all the hooks on your baits with one 7/0 hook. Those of you muskie nuts out there that are looking for the precise tip information, those baits come standard with a 5/0 hook. This is a 7/0, 3551 muskie.